So today, we got problems with the Kubota again. Not related to the stuff that we done to it. It's something completely different.
Yes, completely different.
Yes, completely different. A part that we never took apart, so yeah. And Dad mows a lot with it. And then we got a new whiteboard, which Kegan has took the liberty of drawing on before I could draw anything on it. He broke it in. So, and Adam, you'll appreciate this. And I wanted to show you guys a cheap trick for lighting in the garage. We have got cardboard blocking that window down there.
It's not this. I know what you guys are thinking. I don't stand at a weird angle to try to shine light off my head.
So we got cardboard blocking that window down there. That way it doesn't reflect off the whiteboard that we've got hanging on the garage door. You can see a little bit of reflection from it right there, but trust me, it's not nearly as bad. And when the camera is in position for where we want it to be at, we have a couple white grocery sacks over top of an LED light that is clamped to the top of our dolly there with a cut-off tank on it for ballast. And that will help give lighting while we do the whiteboard thing. So let's get started. So, I hate to do this, Kegan, but we got some stuff we need to talk about, and I need the whiteboard.
It doesn't matter. It's going on the internet. It'll live forever.
You are correct. And got me a magnetic eraser. So, what I want to talk about is I know I've talked about it. I'm good at talking.
He is good at talking.
So I've talked about several times of how we plan on doing this front suspension. Now that we've got the subframe or the frame section, we've got it all washed off and all the parts taken off of it. Before I really go into cutting into everything, I want to take a day with our brand new whiteboard and actually draw out, explain to you guys what my theory is on this from start to finish. That way when you see me cutting into it, you see what's going on, you'll still probably think I've lost my mind, but at least you'll understand where I'm headed with it. So, little magic. You ready, Kegan? There it is. What do you think about that, Kegan? Cool trick?
Kind of looks like one of those mirrored images.
It's kind of lopsided a little
Yoshi
bit.
With a...
Listen, my magic's not that good. So, in theory, guys, this is the frame section, and it probably doesn't look like it's real, because I can look at the camera there. It needs to be a little thicker so you guys can see. But there's the top part. These are the coil buckets here, right? These are lower control arm mounts here, and these are the upper control arm mounts right here and here.
Oh, it just looks like it cracked out too.
Yeah, it's not really perfect. So my theory is that I want to get this to where the coil buckets are on the outside of the frame of the truck, and I want to kind of get this up on the frame. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to try and cut pretty well flush a pocket in each side here without cutting down low enough to affect the lower control arm mounts, which are actually kind of up in the frame.
So what he's saying is, the first incision we made right here, and it will be a horizontal cut to a vertical cut. Then once we square it up, we will mimic it on the other side to make sure it is anatomically correct.
So I want to cut something like this right here down into it on each side. And I would like to get where the frame is here and maybe is up above there a little bit whenever I set the frame of the truck down in, where it's up above the upper control arm mounts. Oh, I'm drawing a crooked line there. So where this,
and then we will weld all around this, and then we will probably have to split that.
Well, we will have to, because
straighter though.
So the actual frame from here to here.
Also, I apologize for the terrible German accent. I thought I could do it. I couldn't.
It's almost 34 and an eighth, almost, well, 34 and a 16th from there to there. And the problem is right now, I forget what the measurement is from the top of this and top of this one, but it's not 34 1/8 wide. It's actually about 9 inches shorter. So we will have to cut this in two and widen this frame section out to get it to slip up on the frame of the International.
But it will be a straighter cut than that.
Yeah, well, we'll try to anyways, no promises. So,
unless I get the grinder.
So once we get this widened, then I will actually add to this area. I'll take like a piece of box tube or something and we'll fill this back in to get us a full cross member across it. And it should be, this frame is about 9 inches right here in height. And like I said, I would like to at least get somewhere around 8-7 inches from the top of here to the bottom section of this. That way I've got like 1 inch to 2 inches above the upper control arm mount there. And that way everything should fit up on there nice. It'll get it lowered down some. And so the thing is if I don't get this lowered as well as I'd like to, once we actually get the wheels and everything back on it, I can always do drop spindles out there on the end of the control arms. So it's kind of a wreck. I don't know if I've seen anybody do it this way before because I am going to end up lopping off some sides of that and making all that work. But this right here is the plans for that frame section.
Remember guys, if it was easy, we probably wouldn't be doing it.
And we probably make things harder than they have to be as well.
Oh, we definitely do. I'm just trying to be truthful.
If you guys have any questions about this or any concerns that you think that I don't see, yes, Kegan.
So whenever we cut into it and we make these cuts, how are you going to make sure that everything is square on there?
So currently there's body mounts that are still on the frame section we have.
Yes.
So the body mounts are level, forwards and backwards and side to side, because the body was mounted on there square. So I'm actually going to level from front to back the angle based off of the body mounts, because I've got some angle finders, little magnetic angle finders I can set on there and make sure them are level. And I'm going to do all that before we ever cut this. I'm going to pretend like it's wide enough, and then I'm also going to level these two together and make sure they're parallel, and I'm going to square everything up before I ever cut it. And that way when we cut it, we can actually stick it up on the frame in two pieces if we want to go that route, and then make the centerpiece, and we know that it's all going to be square with the GM original geometry of the suspension. I guess that would have been something clear to put on there. So it's a good question.
Another question.
I actually gave Kegan some credit there.
Another question.
Yes.
Okay. Are we going to plate behind there and down there?
I'm actually probably going to do angle iron. Of course, the next part I'm going to do angle iron like this to create the pocket and create the level.
Okay.
And so the next part about that is with the frame, you get your frame section of the truck from the inside. I'll probably drill a bunch of holes where we're going to add this on, and I will...
The frame don't run downhill like that?
Yes, Kegan.
Okay.
But I will core weld, like plug weld, do those holes into the piece of angle that I choose to put behind it. That way when we graft all this on there, along with welding around the outside, that right there will help stitch everything together even better.
Okay.
So I'm probably going to do some overkill on welding to that frame, but I don't want this coming loose. It's kind of important. Front wheels and all, So, any other questions, Kegan?
When are we doing this? Because I do have to work this afternoon.
We probably won't get around to this today.
Okay.
But if you guys have any questions about what I'm doing here that's not clearly here, or if you have any concerns that you see that, or you think you see that I don't see, then comment below, let us know.
You're also concerned about my work schedule. I can get my boss's information. All you guys got to do is just tell him, be like, hey, cut it out. It needs to be here. I'll look out for you guys
but
too.
then Kegan doesn't make any money. And no more Firebird project, no more chopper project.
Tell him I need paid days off.
So, if you guys don't mind, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and Stick around, you'll get to see this happen.
It still looks like Yoshi carrying a dice.